Hello and welcome to Our Kids, brought to you by the Jefferson County Public Schools. I'm Ben Jackey. It's a new year and we are excited about what our students are accomplishing both in and out of the classroom. This month, a former Super Bowl MVP lends a hand to some of our kids. We show you a group of girls learning an important lesson in self-respect. Plus, we'll tell you about a unique partnership that will help keep our kids safe. And we have these stories from our 5-star high school student correspondents.
Ballard High School is participating in the global effort of coding. I'm Ballard correspondent Brittany Buzzutto, and I'll have the story.
Not all learning has to take place inside the enclosed walls of a classroom. JCPS high school students recently got to experience class in a more unique place.
At JCPS, we believe in educating the whole child. The Southern Belles from Southern High School learn valuable skills to nurture their inner strength. Students work with mentors around topics like health, etiquette, and personal development, while they become stronger and more confident young women.
It's called the Southern Belle Group. We basically touch on being a leader and helping out with the school, helping the incoming freshmen understand what being a leader is about and being a lady and acting like a lady in and out of school.
Some people, they don't have any symptoms.
The nurse, our goal with her is to talk about what does a healthy lifestyle mean? What does it mean? How do I treat my body? What does it mean? What are those things affecting teenagers today?
This is Southern Belles, and we're having our Southern Belles conference. It's like inviting the new girls that are in it and showing them what we're doing, and it just shows us how to take care of ourselves.
I learned that colleges look at your test scores and stuff like that to see if you'll be able to get in. And
before we start each year, we ask them to make a commitment to be a part of the group. And so there are behavior and grade expectations, and we expect them to be a part of it. So when they come into the group, they know, number one, we're asking you to be a willing participant, we're asking you to keep your grades at this certain level, and we're asking for your behavior to be example to other people in the building.
I'm doing what's called our skincare demo. Basically, I cleansed your hand when we do a proper cleansing.
They were basically telling us that the way we present ourselves is how others are going to think of us. And, like if you're going to a job, the way you show up to that job is how your boss is going to think of you and if you get the job or not.
They're exposed to so many things that they are just going through every single day, whether it's the social media, whether it is those impressions that they're giving, whether it's the first time that they're dating someone. They are just inundated constantly with trying to define who they are as a person. And these really are those defining moments. And as they develop those, we want to guide them and be positive female mentors for these girls, and that's why we only chose female mentors within our role group here at Southern.
Anybody else remember something from the college?
And also, it helps us, the women that are the leaders, we can go to them for anything. If we have a personal problem or school problems or anything like that, we can go to them, and we always have somebody to talk to.
And we're just looking at how do you present yourself with a positive image, and how do you make yourself appear that first impression or the way you look to other people, that image that you give people makes a lot of difference, especially when you're in leadership roles.
Certain standard, you have to pass your core classes, everything, and that's really good because it just leaves you accountable for something, and if you don't pass your core classes, then you can't be in this.
All I do is turn my hands up. Squeeze me as hard as you can. If I follow my thumbs, I'm out.
A lot of times physical activity builds self-esteem within people, and when you have that self-esteem, you're ready to embrace the leadership roles. But also, unfortunately, in today's society, we have to learn how to, protect ourselves. And
you hear it from your parents or teachers every day, but when other people come in, they sit down with you and they talk to you, they've been through it and all of that, you kind of get a different perspective and understanding of it.
It's just be who you are and stay strong and don't let anybody bring you down.
He made his living with his hands, catching touchdown passes. Well, recently, former U of L Card and NFL Super Bowl MVP Deion Branch lent a hand to students at Engelhard Elementary.
There you go. You gonna be able to carry all this?
Today is a Blessings in a Backpack distribution.
There you go.
It's something that here at Engelhard we do every Friday or the last day of the school week. They've been doing it for 5 years. This year is the first year that we've ever fed our entire school, which is 440 students. We started with 62, then 63, then 65, then 220. So this year we're at 440.
You ready? All right.
The purpose of the program, just like a resource center, we remove the barriers to prevent kids from being successful at school. And one of the issues is attendance. So the food helps to feed them over the weekend so they come to school on Monday ready to learn.
You're welcome.
Do you play football?
Yes, sir. I did. You gonna play football?
Today is a day with Dion Branch. He came in to help distribute Blessings in a Backpack.
Reached out to the organization, Blessings in a Backpack, and they asked whether it was okay for me to stop by.
Blessings in a Backpack contacted me and asked if it would be okay if he came and made a donation to us, and I said yes.
And why not? I have to. I mean, it's over 300-400 kids at this school. Just giving back, something that I think we all should be doing. So I don't think it's really nothing I'm doing so special. There you go. You're welcome, baby.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. There you go. You're welcome. Half of these kids wasn't even born, you know, when I started my career. Well, all of them, actually. Let's not even say half, all of them. But it's a great thing. I'm just glad to be a part of it. It's always about giving back. This is what's important. I think the things that we do on the football field, you know, that stuff is okay, but this is what it's about. They always say if you can affect one kid, it's a great thing. I just pray that everyone give back. That's what it's about.
Thank you. You're welcome.
They look forward to Blessings in the Backpack. I usually set it up on Thursdays before I leave, and when they see it, they're excited about Friday. So then again, it helps with attendance too, because they know that when they come on Friday morning, they're going to receive their blessings, because that's what they call it. I believe that you feed one child at a time, and a child who is hungry cannot learn. So by giving them for some it's a supplement, but for some it's all they have to eat on the weekend.
PRP High School has one of the best and most innovative art programs in the district and maybe the state. Students use a variety of media to express themselves and recently used a third dimension to bring their works to life. Chloe Cantliner brings us the story.
I've been a ceramic teacher, a 3D art teacher for 22 years. We'll have 2 kilns, 6 wheels, an extruder, and lots of space, lots of storage, a lot of cool 3D projects like junk sculptures and paper mache, wire sculptures, found object sculptures, a lot of neat things. I expect really high level. My expectations for what the kids do is very high. The cool thing about high expectations is you typically get them. You know, if you lower your expectations, that's what they'll give you. So I have very high expectations for their art process, the creativity, the craftsmanship.
I've never done ceramics before, so I'm just like, oh, I guess I'll give it a go. Well, the process of it wasn't hard, but it wasn't easy. I'm a stubborn artist, so mine was very different from everyone else's, and my idea of the flower wasn't very popular at first, but I didn't listen, and I said I wanted to do the flower anyway, and it turned out better than I thought.
In this class, we're learning ceramics. Our first project is these pots, which they could be anything from flower pots, vases. People are working on teapots. The first thing that we do, we make what's called a slab, and every pot starts out like this. Eventually, they build up into this by coils, which are these strips of clay that you score them, which are these little scratches, and you'll score this to the pot as well as the coil. As you can see with mine, it goes out, in, and then out again, and it gets bigger and smaller. So if you want to go straight up, you pile it on right on top, align it. If you want to go out a little bit, you just put it just barely on the edge. And if you want to put it in, you put it a little bit on the inside. But no matter what you're doing, it all starts with the slab and the coil. We have these pictures called inspirations. We find them online, anywhere, and we're not trying to replicate it. We simply use these as a guideline so that we don't end up with something that implodes on itself or coils running everywhere. As you can see with mine, mine's shorter, rounder. It's not the same thing. It's just an outline of what I wanted to do. Whenever we attach anything to the pot, be it we're patching up a hole or we're adding what's called an embellishment, which is any extra design we add to the vase or the pot, we would do the scoring again, scoring both the pot and whatever we're adding to it. It helps it stick, and as clay dries, it kind of pulls away from itself. And so whenever you do this, the grooves here will weld into the grooves here. So we would attach it on with the scoring, and then we would take one of our wooden tools and we would do this, which is called welding. And we smooth it out as we go, but that's essentially how we do everything. Anything that gets attached to our pot, we have to score it.
A lot of kids don't realize that they're interested in art. They end up in my class and then they find out that they are.
What may look like students goofing off on the computer is actually an educational experience used to expose students to careers in programming and coding. Ballard's Brittany Buzzutto explains.
This week, schools all over the world are taking part in the Hour of Code. It's a computer programming event sponsored by major technology companies. Teachers found out about the Hour of Code through code.org. Ballard High School is the only school in the district that has fully committed the entire school to Hour of Code, all 2,000 students.
What we're doing is an Hour of Code. We are talking to students about how to program computers and spend an hour just kind of playing around with it, learning the basic programs such as JavaScript, learning how to code basic programs, learn loops, learn how to do if-then functions, and have fun doing it.
Ballard senior Austin enjoys coding.
I've really dabbled into this. I'm not sure if I would actually go into a field like this. I am really interested into computers and such though, so I will be going somewhere around this field hopefully.
Senior John wants to go into video game programming.
What I find interesting about coding is that pretty much if you can think it, you can create it. It might take a little bit of how to put manipulating what you can and cannot do, but in the end you can end up creating interesting websites. You can write whole pages about anything you want.
You can walk out with a degree in computer programming or web design or app development, and you can go into a computer programming company and you can make over $70,000 a year. With a computer programming degree, there are 2 people for every 5 jobs. Every other degree, you're talking about 5 people for every 2 jobs.
Students who complete the Hour of Code receive a certificate, and as an incentive, their names go in a drawing for a free iPad. I'm Ballard correspondent Brittany Buzzutto for Our Kids.
We have a lot more stories about Our Kids coming up. Stay with us.
Do you need help providing school clothes for your child? The 15th District PTA Clothing Assistance Program can help provide uniforms and other clothing. Make an appointment with the Family Youth Resource Center at your child's school. Donations of new and gently used uniforms and clothing are also accepted. Call 485-7062 or 485-7450 for more information.
Both my parents have diabetes. Students really think that they are sort of invincible right now, and it's something that they'll think about in the future. I think that it's the actions and the decisions that we make right now that will really help us in the future, and that will determine whether we get diabetes or not. Hey kids, get out there, live a great life, but at the same time get to know the risk factors for diabetes and live a healthy lifestyle.
Welcome back. You're watching Our Kids, sponsored by the Jefferson County Public Schools. Hundreds of high school football players could have a reduced risk of concussion thanks to a grant from Norton Healthcare. The grant provides funding to JCPS to upgrade football helmets, begin baseline concussion testing for athletes, and provide partial funding for 3 athletic trainers at Shawnee, Western, and Fairdale High Schools.
It had a higher rating and more comfort.
Some of the football helmets were noted to fall short of what is considered good protection when comparing the helmets to a rating system developed by researchers at Virginia Tech.
This is the 360 helmet, which is the top-of-the-line Rydell helmet. This has a 5-star rating from the Virginia Tech study, which is what everybody's using.
I'm pleased to announce that with the blessing of the Jefferson County Public School Board of Education, the Norton Healthcare James R. Petersdorf Fund will provide $150,000 to replace 235 football helmets and perform baseline concussion testing for high-impact sports for middle and high school students. And with matching funds from Court Physical Therapy and JCPS, we'll also add athletic trainers in Shawnee, Western, and Fairdale High School.
It's going to help us in the future and help us more with our safety.
The health of students is important for the future of our community, and having trainers for the athletes is one of the most important steps in protecting our student athletes and working to decrease the effects of concussion.
I didn't face any injuries, but I've had teammates that faced injuries, and it makes me nervous.
What you'll notice different about this helmet than most helmets, you notice that there are no notches up here where it connects to the helmet, right at the top. Whereas if you look at a shut helmet, you see where they screw in at the top, and most of these other helmets. What they found through their Virginia Tech concussion study is they found that the impact force, when you have these things in the top, the impact force would actually go through the forehead. And so what this does, without having the contact at the forehead, it actually dissipates the impact around the head and moves it around the jaw and to the side of the head. So the important point about the helmet is to take the impact and spread it out across the helmet. And so you can see some of the designs have changed. They've gotten wider on the jaw pads. They bring them down further.
My dad is always telling me, make sure you strap up, make sure your helmet fits properly, and make sure you never lower your head down when you make the tackle, and just keep safe. And knowing that, knowing Jefferson County Public School is getting $150,000 from Norton Healthcare, it really gives it really makes them feel a lot more better, positive outcome.
PRP's Alicia Coyle takes us to a floating classroom dedicated to bringing awareness to the importance of our waterways with the program Living Lands and Waters.
Started this organization 17 years ago, a simple mission. That was to help clean up the Mississippi River.
And we end up getting out volunteers as well as ourselves to go to the shores and actually clean up all the garbage that you see laying on the sides.
23 rivers, 20 states, and we've had over 70,000 volunteers like yourselves come out and help us out. I'm going to tell you what, we've made a real difference.
Like, we got a mattress out of the river and like a lot of different things, so.
We found more trash than I've ever found on cleanup.
Tilt back and forth like this, okay?
So the second part of our mission is to educate people about the reasons why it needs to change, what the importance of the river. So we do the educational workshops out here on the barge. We bring high school students, and we also bring educators to teach their students.
Oil, okay? So over time it can leach in toxins in your body, some of these plastics.
What I hope they experience from the classroom experience on the barge is that we are on the river. We take river water and we are actually experimenting with it. We're doing water testing with it, and we actually see the results that day, right then, right there, and the explanation is there.
The importance of the river, watershed models, we do water testing.
Show that it's really important how the river is our life and how we need it in every way, shape, and form, and without it we'd be dead.
Like, we learned about dissolved oxygen, and like the higher the levels of dissolved oxygen, the easier it is for like wildlife and plants to live in there.
And we end up hopefully leaving with the message of that, you know, this doesn't have to be like this, and there's a way that we can fix it, and it's all about being proactive.
It'd be nice if we just walked that extra 5 steps and threw it away.
PRP correspondent Alicia Coyle reporting for Our Kids.
The Stoneburner family has made JCPS a family affair. See how Fern Creek High, Ramsey Middle, and Farmer and Trunnell Elementaries are all related.
My name is Lexi Stoneburner, and I am a part of a JCPS family. I am a junior at Fern Creek High School. My parents teach at Ramsey Middle School and Trunnell Elementary. I also have another sister at Fern Creek and 2 sisters at Farmer. I also have a brother who graduated from Fern Creek High School. My mom is a 6th grade science and math teacher at Ramsey Middle School. She has been teaching in the district for 13 years at Ramsey, Noe, and Johnson. As she was deciding where to begin her career, there was no doubt about staying in JCPS. My dad is a student advisor at Trunnell Elementary. He gets to work one-on-one with students every day. After seeing how much my mom loved her job in JCPS for so many years, he decided to join the fun. Carly is a 2nd grader at Farmer, along with Maddie, who is in 1st grade. We adopted Carly 4 years ago when we got a call about a young girl looking for a family. Maddie was the same way about a year ago when we got a call about her. They followed in our family's footsteps in the JCPS trend. My sister Haley was adopted 2 years ago and was first introduced to JCPS schools at Ramsey. As the years go on, we will all eventually graduate. but that doesn't mean JCPS can't be a big part of your life. Just look at my family.
So, have you made your New Year's resolution or set some goals for 2015? Well, some of our kids have. Let's hear from some JCPS students about their hopes for the new year.
I think one of my hopes and dreams for 2015 is to get into GSP, the Governor Scholars Program.
By March 2015, I would want to be enrolled in a college of my choice and probably have visited there and make sure it's where I really want to go.
My hopes are for 2015 is that I have a great end to my senior year with a good lacrosse season.
For 2015, I want to help my mom with her foundation for lupus and to help kids.
My hopes for 2015 is that I'll get all the scholarships I applied for and can decide where I'm going to college and just finish out my senior year strong.
Don't go away. We have a lot more stories about our kids coming up.
The portal is your online link to information about your child's grades, test scores, attendance, career choices, and much, much more. It's a fast and easy way to stay on top of what your child is doing in school. If your child's teacher has set up a virtual classroom, you can log on to JCPS Online and access grades for class assignments or communicate directly with teachers. The Parent Portal offers a convenient way you can stay involved in your child's education. Do you need help providing school clothes for your child? The 15th District PTA Clothing Assistance Program can help provide uniforms and other clothing. Make an appointment with the Family Youth Resource Center at your child's school. Donations of new and gently used uniforms and clothing are also accepted. Call 485-7062 or 485-7450 for more information.
Welcome back. You're watching Our Kids, sponsored by the Jefferson County Public Schools. Semple Elementary first graders got a special visit from members of the Alpha Kappa Alpha graduate sorority. The sisters shared their love of reading and made a donation of several books from a very famous author.
Today we are so lucky to have the Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority come into our library today to dedicate some books and to share some of Maya Angelou's great poems with our students.
This is Ada Omega chapter. We are here today to, first of all, make a donation to the library.
There are 4 books right here.
As well as read to the children.
So one day when Teddy went to big school,
I think it's important that the children are exposed to it at a younger age so they can have a wide base of literature. It's not just stories or storybooks, but they're also introduced to poetry.
They read us fun books and about saying manners.
He's lucky because he has best friends. He's lucky because he has a stuffed dog.
This is our 20th year of doing the read-in, where we go to a local school and read.
On her birthday, he wants to give her a very special present.
Their eyes are huge, their eyes glow, they're like, who is that? What are they coming in for? So anytime we can get a great group or organization to come in and speak to our children, they love it and we love it as well, just to give them outside experiences and introduce them to new things.
Look a little closer, because I see a car somewhere, and I'm not sure. The cars would be up in space, right?
I like to read princess books, and my mommy sometimes brings home some books. The bullying book, because the bullier stopped bullying him and he got somebody to tell.
Maya Angelou, she was a famous writer, and she could read very well.
Dr. Maya Angelou was a renowned, outstanding poet, reader, writer, playwright. She was also our sorority sister. And because she was our sorority sister, and as you know, she passed away last year, we are, in her honor, are making donations of collection of her books.
It makes me excited.
As you know, the more they read, the more they're willing to explore. The more they explore, the better they're going to do in school. That transcends also to the better the community becomes, because you have an educated population that is marketable, that is willing to explore, and that is willing to expand what is offered in the community.
JCPS wrapped up its annual campaign for giving to the community last month, but the generosity extends beyond just our employees. Alexis Smith shows us how Fern Creek High School students pitched in to help those in need.
It's no surprise that JCPS students are enjoying the holidays this year and giving back to others to help enjoy theirs too.
JCPS students participated in a food drive for Kentucky Harvest this year.
One day conditioning, a coach was saying that one of his friends was helping donate a lot of food for Thanksgiving, and he asked us if we could, bring in canned goods or bring in a turkey.
Students donated canned goods and turkeys to give to the less fortunate families. There was no charge to any of the people that received the food.
Just decided to step up and help the better.
It shows that, people actually care and that they're willing to help other people have a good holiday season.
It felt good knowing that we could help the families that were in need.
Because it just helps everyone.
It's definitely good to help out people that are in need. Obviously not everybody can get canned goods or get turkeys at this time of year, so it definitely it was good helping out.
And for our kids, I'm Fern Creek correspondent Alexis Smith.
In Our Kids News, 5 Eastern High School students scored among the nation's top business students on rigorous exams that tested their business knowledge. Senior Madalyn Weed scored the highest in the nation in the Principles of Marketing test.
I'm getting recognized for my score on the National Principles of Marketing exam that I took online last year, and I got the highest score in the nation. And I thought business would be really prevalent in whatever occupation I chose to do in the long run. And it gives you a lot of good techniques in presenting, which overlaps to other classes. So I thought it'd be really beneficial to take it, and I kept taking it, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad I took it.
Congratulations to Moore Middle School teacher Mychelle Lowe, who was honored as the Kentucky Exceptional Child Education Teacher of the Year. Lowe has taught in a multiple disability self-contained classroom since 2007 and is a National Board certified teacher. And a big kudos goes to the latest Excel Award winner, Scott Wade of Atherton High School. Wade is an English as a second language teacher who uses his experience as a former journalist to engage students.
Thank you.
And congratulations to Sonny Podbelsek, a student at the Brown School who won first place in the National Radon Art Poster Contest sponsored by Kansas State University. Well, that's our show for today. We hope you've enjoyed it. You can find full episodes of Our Kids on the JCPS YouTube channel. We leave you now with the sounds from the All-County Choir Concert. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.